Go! Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the mini Zoom series Confessions of a Facilitator, dedicated to facilitators and their favorite tools. And for those of you who don't know what tools are we talking about, we are talking about the tools of access consciousness, this huge box of tools where you go, you pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many you want, you change your life just like by magic with one condition, that you choose for it. Right? And today I have the pleasure, the honor, the surprise, and the excitement to welcome Lady Moira Bramley.
Hello everybody, and I apologize in advance. I have a sinus thing going on and cold, etc. So I may be a bit coughy and sneezy during the call.
Yay! How does it get any better than that? You're actually one of us.
Sorry, hang on. I'm just making my computer a bit higher. There we go.
Wow.
That's
cool.
Better.
How does it get even better than that? So, Lady Moira, there are 2 questions I always ask my invitees. Mm-hmm. First, I'm just going to do it dramatically, like, Lady Moira, who are you?
Right now?
Yeah.
I do not know.
And what is your favorite tool?
Okay. I've just done the Choice of Possibilities class 10 days ago in London, and then the contribution class in Venice a couple of days ago it finished. So my awareness is like, I don't know who I am right now. I did a money telecall last night, and I was like, I don't know how to facilitate right now. I don't know where to facilitate from. I don't know who I be. So that's still there. So the tool that I'm using more than anything right now, and it takes on a new, I have to come from a new space every time I change, is who does it belong to? Now this one is one that most people actually don't use. And I know that sounds insane, but with what we know about the tool, we're also connected that everything so seems like ours. It so seems like ours. And the more aware you become, the more you have to work the tool. You have to use the tool. And it's literally every second. So we're so connected. We can be standing. I mean, my cleaner's in the room next door right now, and it becomes more and more intense. Everybody's energy becomes more intense in your awareness. All I can say to people is, it so seems like yours. So seems like yours. You're like, no, I don't even have to ask that question because this is mine. Or this is real. I don't have to ask that question. It's real. And we're so distracted by the energies round about us that we forget to ask the question. We're just like, oh yeah, that's how it is. Okay, this is how it is. But literally, to become the question, I'll be honest, I haven't totally chosen it yet. So the amount of conclusion that we all function from is astounding. It's unbelievable. Most people don't get it.
Yeah, I confessions with the facilitator. I have to confess, who does this belong to is such a tool, easy tool to use, and yet, as you said, things seem so real to me sometimes that I'm not going there. And even before this interview, I was like getting in the mood of, we are going to have this interview. Part of it was excitement, and on the other side, everything else kicked in, like kids coming home from school, people rushing to pick their kids from school, and I was like, this is not mine. I just went to the conclusion that this is not mine. Have I asked the question? No, I haven't. But then when I sat on the chair, I was like, okay, cool. So.
But here's the other thing, and this is a muscle that you have to work and work and work. The other thing is it relevant?
Wow.
Is it relevant to what I'm creating? Is it relevant to who I would like to be? Is it relevant to what I want to be in the world and create in the world?
That's one of those species that I didn't get up to now. So Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
So what? Okay, so for those of us who are watching right now.
Let me just say, and the other thing is, we won't ask the question if we don't want to go beyond all the energies that are limitations for us. So sometimes we're comfortable in the limitation, we're comfortable in our comfort zone. So we won't ask the question because it creates more space and less definition in our world of who we are and what's real. So oftentimes we won't ask because, no, I'm quite comfortable in this conclusion, or I'm quite comfortable knowing who I am. I'm quite comfortable with this definition.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a thing that, ooh, there's a lot of stuff coming up with.
It is literally everything, Selena. So is your target audience access people who do access consciousness?
Every person who would like to watch these videos and have a different approach on the tools than just reading them or taking classes, would like to get into, you know, the energy of access consciousness, what that is and what changes in their lives.
So a tool in access consciousness. Do people do this clearing statement on your?
It's already mentioned in every description of every video.
So everything that's up right now, can we just destroy and unclear
yes, please. That's that moment when you say, "Oh, thank you!
Yeah.
Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you!"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, for those who still don't know what it is, the Pokemon, the Heroes of Consciousness, please go and check the clearingstatement.com. You will find a link at the base.
Even that, we won't use that because again, that creates less definition of who you are, less solidity of what we think our lives are in this reality. We won't use the tools. If you're wondering why you're not using the tools, it's because you're comfortable in your definitions and your limitations. I know you probably won't believe that right now, but I am been experiencing that dynamic in the last 2 weeks.
So, and I have a question. What do you do when you know that you're comfortable there and actually... How do you get out of that zone of comfort? Because you know there's more out there, but yet this is so tempting to just sit in the, you know, by the fireplace.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Oftentimes I'll wait until I get so uncomfortable that I just can't stay that uncomfortable anymore.
Whoa.
And most people that I watch tend to do that. They'll be more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable until, by using that tool, the discomfort of going beyond it eclipses the discomfort of
not going.
Yeah.
And I have this question coming up when the discomfort, you know, the intensity gets so big and you just know that you have to go one way or another. Mm-hmm. Are we really making a choice there, or is it just a reaction to get rid of the intensity? Because what happens to me when things get so uncomfortable, my first, you know, impulse is, I don't want this. So I would do anything and that I have in my mind, and possibly even use the tools not to get myself to create something more, but just to get rid of whatever was playing in my world.
Well, what if you can now start having the ask of, if not this, what else?
If not this, what else?
If I know not this, what else?
Whoa! If I know not this, then what else? Whoa!
Yeah. And it opens a lot of doors. The energy just expands, doesn't it? And you just expand.
And it's my body that says, okay, cool, we can relax. I saw a small piece. I listened to a small piece of your money workbook facilitation when you were talking about bodies, and that you're always looking for the comfort in bodies before you get to something else. Can you just add something over there? That's my personal sweet part.
I don't know even where it's like I often ask, well, how did that evolve? How did that? It's just I'm so aware of the comfort or discomfort of my body always that I would much rather be comfortable in my body than not. I'd much rather enjoy the movement of my body than not. Although, again, lately I've been so aware of other bodies and people not moving their bodies that I've been neglecting my body. And I'm like, wow, is this mine? You know, and here's the thing, it's so clearly not. And yet how do you put that into words? And yet the choice to not move one's body is so intense in other people's worlds that even that I've been thinking, asking, is this mine? And I've actually been going with that for a while, not moving my body when it wants to move. So it's so intense. Everybody's awareness, everybody's energy is so intense in my world that you have to start creating yourself and creating the life that you want.
Well, that's like basically the bottom line, be you. Like being you, beyond all the pains and intensities of other people. Ooh, that makes me, like, okay, cool. So how do I get there? And how that's as you said.
I find that if I'm not asking the question of if I know not this, what else? Or usually I ask, okay, this isn't working for me. Usually I get to, this isn't working for me. I would like more of me. I would like more creation, more peace, more ease, more whatever. So I'll ask questions of, okay, so what is this? What is this that I'm buying as a limitation? Okay, how can I change it? Can it be changed? How do I change it? If it can be changed, how do I change it? And I just keep asking questions until usually I have to go through a level of discomfort.
Well, I remember we've seen each other in several classes around the world, and I was always impressed with the presence and the questions that you are asking in classes. And I was like, sometimes I was sitting there and I was like, I wish one day I could ask this question, because to me, I still have to go over this. Is this really a question, or is this,
But see, one of the things that I've gotten to, and I'm having to even review that, is I don't care how stupid I look. I don't care how people judge me. I just would like free of this. Now, one of the capacities that I have, and I could say fortunately or unfortunately, it is fortunate. I just haven't quite got a handle on how to use it totally to my advantage, is I'm always aware of the lowest common denominator in the room, and it's something that I chose as a child. Okay, I need to know what has to shift and change.
Wow.
So I'll be aware of that. So I'll stand up and I'll ask questions for the whole class to get it moving.
Yes.
It's so intense in my So it's so intense in my world. I'm like, well, why is nobody asking this? Okay, I'm gonna ask it, and people will go, oh God, here she goes again.
No. People are not going, oh, here she goes again. I'm going like, yes, finally somebody's asking that question.
So when you say, Selena, sorry, I'm going to have a go at you now, bitch.
I'm holding on to my table. Just hit me.
So when you say I can't, that's a lie. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't.
Wait. When you say I can't, it's a lie. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't.
Yeah. Okay. So everything that is destroying uncreated.
Yes, please. Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shots, poison, eons. And the reason that people won't, and most people won't. I mean, I watch people in class and I'm like, some people have been sat in class for 5, 6, 7 years and they've asked one question, or they haven't even asked a question. And I'm like, so why won't they? And it's because they're way more vested in what people think of them than actually having themselves. Yeah. And it's crazy because we're interested in, more interested in, and me way less so than most people, more interested in what people think. And the people that were more interested in what they think don't even have themselves. So we're asking for acknowledgement.
I'm just going to go back for 1 second. The people who are more interested in what they think, they won't have themselves.
No. When we are, the people that we are more interested in having the right judgment from, they don't usually have themselves, because if we're looking for the right judgment, we know that they judge. Now, if they judge, they don't even have themselves. So we're asking for approval of people that don't even have them.
That's huge. That's like, I have to hold on to my table.
So everything that is destroying uncreated.
Yeah, it's only for me, peeps. Yes. Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, pog, shorts, boys and beyond.
Everybody out there doesn't have any problem with that. It's
Well,
just,
that's the world. That really is the world. People are more interested in other people's correct judgments than they are of having themselves.
wow, thank you for this. It's like, that somebody said today that I think it was, I don't know who it was, that he has been vortexing for the whole access experience. And I'm like, this is why you're shaking and wonky, but this is what happens to me now. So thank you for this.
You're welcome.
But before you go, I just have to ask this question, because it's like, it's popping and sprinkling in my... If there were one thing to say about money, what would that be?
Well, in access, it's so true. It's never a money problem. It's a receiving problem.
Yeah.
So I know there's so many people don't want to hear that because they want to know how to get money. They want to know how to get money. It really isn't a money problem, because money is an energy and we are energy, and it's only our judgments that separate us from the money and the money from us. If you don't have those judgments, you can become the energy of money, and then money comes to you. If you're asking for it, that's the other two elements. You have to be asking for it and willing to receive it. Because a lot of people say, but I'm asking. And then, like for a woman, for example, the last massage I had and blah, blah, I gave her 20 euros of a tip and she could not receive it. And I went, and I did it to show her, yeah, you are asking, but you can't receive it. So you can ask all you like, but if you have points of view about receiving it, or how it should come, how it should look, how much it should be, etc., then you're missing big chunks of your very being.
Whoa.
So if I can say anything about money, I would say look at the elements of, do the How to Become Money Book workbook and look at the elements. It's uncomfortable because it doesn't just bring up money, it brings up so much more than money. In fact, it brings up everything else,
And I'm going to shamelessly pitch on this, because a new series starts with you on How to Become Money workbook on the 4th of November for 10 weeks. We are going to enjoy you and your facilitation on that absolutely magnificent, impossible book. That's How to Become Money workbook, written by Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, just to make things clear. And then what would it take?
That's his stuff.
He knows his stuff. So what would it take? Because when you're speaking about money, when you're speaking the way you're speaking, the energy that you're bringing in, it, to me personally, it's like, okay, I'm willing to have a look at that. So just the anecdote of the day, 2 days ago, I was in Monte Carlo in the casino of Monaco, and it's been like, I sweat all over, and I was so aware of all my points of view that were not mine, and all the others' points of view that were mine. And I was like, I will be on your money workbook class, because that's something that, and on the other side, I felt so attracted to that opulence.
Well, I've been in the casino in Monte Carlo, and there's a lot of different energies in there, and it's a fascinating place to go. The last time I was there, I sat and watched some Chinese people play poker. There was a poker tournament, and they sat there in the same chairs for 24 hours, and part of the service there was, they bring them in champagne and caviar to keep them there. And I was speaking with some of the staff there, and they were saying, yeah, it's a yearly thing. They come in, they lose millions. They don't just lose like thousands, they lose millions. Or they gain millions. And the Chinese, it was interesting, watching everybody's energies. They are very superstitious, and they would kiss the dice, and they would literally stand up and turn around and do crazy shit. And then you'd have other people, you could perceive that they had a certain amount of money to enjoy, and they were just in there to enjoy playing with that money, and then they were done. And there's so many different energies in there. So if you're going in there for clarity, it's interesting to see what it brings up in your world, and to get that money is a game, and it isn't significant, and that it can be used in whatever way you want to use it. That's one of the things that you can get by going to the casinos in Monte Carlo.
Wow.
I was astounded when I stood there for a while and watched these people, and you could see there was a guy who was almost peeing his pants, but would he get up and leave the poker game? Nope, he was going to sit in that chair until he won.
Wow.
And then there are people who you actually watch who are playing to lose. They pretend to themselves that they're playing to win, but they're actually playing to use. And that's just what a lot of people do in life with money. They say they want money, and actually they destroy it, and they destroy the possibilities of them having it so much. So it's an interesting place to get, a lot of different energies. And
I have to say, thank you, buddy. You brought me there. And for those of you watching, please keep this in mind. 4th of November, you start a new series, and there is translation in a lot of languages. I can't even remember how many languages are there.
Yeah, there are lots. If you look on the website, you'll see, I think there's about 9 or something. Yep. Mm-hmm. This one, in this telecall, we have Russians, we have Chinese, we have Serbia, which other countries? We have Turkey. We have, I think there are 7 or 8 different countries we have on. We have Ireland. We have three people from Ireland, 5 from Russia. There are a lot of different people.
And you're also doing an introductory call on the 15th of October, which might be a very nice, opening to, let's check your points of view with money.
Right.
And how does it get any better than that?
Cool.
Wow, thank you, Moira, so much. I'm calling you Lady Moira Bramley because to me you're the lady of the castle, and it's so, it so suits the energy of
thank you.
What I know about you. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was like a hassle and in between, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if people want to see you, people want to look for you, where can they?
I'm doing so many classes right now. If you look on my website, I have classes in Japan, Russia, Kazakhstan, London,
let's
the
call
castle. There's one in April in the castle here.
Wow.
It's Lady Moira, class called Lady Moira. I can't remember. I have quite a lot of classes happening, so you'll get information on my website, and hope to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gratitude for you, to you, and until we meet again, peeps.
Thank you.
Kisses and hugs. See you. Bye.